So Ro Khanna is the village idiot. I mean, I've never seen anyone act this completely stupid. But Ro Khanna discussing the presidential debate, Biden leading in polls, and will young people support Biden? Now, get ready to hear some Democrats sell out like Ro Khanna, who is, again, doing insider trading too, because he's doing quite well. Be sure to check out Unusual Whales. But here's row your boat, Ro Khanna, living in his own reality. Tell us again on CNN why Biden is going to do so well, why he's leading in the polls, and about this so fantastic debate that's going to take place.
Now, Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna from California. Congressman, it sounds like somebody on Trump's team got to him and said, you need to stop saying that Biden is wandering around and not making sense because you have to debate him next week. You can't keep lowering expectations. But what do you think of what Van Jones had to say, that if the president does not do well next week, it's game over? Do you agree with that?
Well, first of all, I think reality is dawning on Donald Trump. He didn't just beat Paul Ryan. He defeated in 2 debates Donald Trump last time. And now that the debate is becoming more real, that is something that has dawned on the Trump team. I also think
this man thinks that Biden's going to be just fine during the debates. This man thinks that Biden's going to be A-okay during the debates. That's what he thinks. This man's a clown.
That the president has the best debate prep person in the nation, and that's Ron Klain. So he's going to be extremely well prepared for his debate. And look, these campaigns are marathons. So what Van Jones said, obviously we're all hoping that he has a good debate, but no one debate, no one speech is a make or break moment in a long presidential campaign.
So if he has a bad night next Thursday, you don't think there are going to be some in your party who are going to think, okay, what do we do now?
Well, if he sneezes the wrong way, there's some in my party who say, what are we going to do now? But
this man's all in for Biden. If Biden shits his pants the wrong way, there's someone in the party saying that he's got to go. Biden doing the D-Day dump. If Joe Biden eats his ice cream wrong or either that, walks around, some people are going to say, he may not have a chance.
They're not the winners. I mean, Joe Biden didn't become president of the United States by fretting every time he had a bad night. He's one of the most resilient human beings in the country. I mean, he overcame the loss of his wife. He overcame the loss of his son. He overcame 2 presidential losses. And he had the resilience and the grit and the character to lead this nation. And that's what's going to prevail. Someone who thinks I have a bad debate, I'm not going to compete, doesn't deserve to run for president, let alone be president.
And I do want to ask you a new...
What Ro Khanna is doing is trying to convince the emotionally unstable, vote blue no matter who people that the Democratic Party is unified behind Biden. If you were paying attention to our first segment that we did of the day, you'd hear and see firsthand how voters are concerned about Biden's age. Democrats are concerned about Biden's age, and that there's a plan B.
Fox News poll shows there's no clear leader in the race, but among independents, Biden is now leading Trump by 9 points. What explains that shift? What does Biden need to do to build on that? Might some of this have to do with the felony conviction?
I thought it was a very encouraging Fox poll. It's the first time it showed the president in the lead. It shows that he is building momentum, and the independents are going to decide this election. Why the numbers moved so dramatically in the president's direction, I don't think there's a clear explanation, though I do think it could be partly the conviction. It could be as the race gets more and more serious, people are saying, do we really want to have Donald Trump represent the United States of America around the world? And so
this one poll, the Democrats are jumping up and down on like a stripper. I shouldn't compare the Democrats to strippers. At least strippers have integrity. Democratic politicians, not so much. Vote blue no matter who people, well, they'll eat up anything, even if it's coming out of Biden's crappy depends. These people live in their own reality. Their own reality when Biden clearly has cognitive decline.
There is momentum clearly with the president, but he's going to have to run through the tape. It's going to be a close election, a hard-fought election.
And I don't know if you've heard this, Congressman, but Trump has been saying nonstop that Biden is slipping, incompetent, and all of a sudden, Trump is now saying, along with some of his allies, that the president may be using enhancements or drugs or even cocaine.
Hey, Hunter, listen, do you want to do a patriotic duty? Yeah, man. Like what? We need you to get a bag of that booger sugar. Well, what? I mean, I could use it. No, it's not for you. It's for your dad. Oh, okay. That, hey, CNN. That's why I love you. That's why I love you, CNN. Are they giving Biden some kind of concoction, or are they giving him that booger sugar? Say it again.
And I don't know if you've heard this, Congressman, but Trump has been saying nonstop that Biden is slipping, incompetent, and all of a sudden, Trump is now saying, along with some of his allies, that the president may be using enhancements or drugs or even cocaine. It's kind of hard to follow what they're saying. But listen to what Trump and Sean Hannity have said this week.
He's going to be so pumped up. He's going to be pumped up. You know, all that stuff that was missing about a month ago from the White House? What happened?
I think the Joe Biden we see on debate night is going to be the guy that we saw at the State of the Union. He's going to be all hyped up, hyper caffeinated.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear that, I mean, obviously we've reached the point now where folks can just, I mean, people just say anything now, and obviously the former president does.
We're not saying anything. We all see it. They have to be giving him a concoction, or either that, a brain chip, something in there. His brain is mush mush. Okay, they have to be giving him something.
Does that people on Fox do that? What's your response when you hear that sort of thing?
It's really sad that this country has devolved into those kind of personal attacks. It used to be that you debated the issues. Yes, people would swing a punch above the belt, but you never had personal attacks of this kind. And the reason that you have these personal attacks is people are waking up to realize that Joe Biden rises to the occasion, that he has actually been an extraordinarily skilled debater in his entire career, that he delivers when the pressure is on, and that a lot of the charges against him, accusing him of losing his mental faculty, have just been total misinformation.
Stop lying. Why are you lying, Khanna? Enough for your bull. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. See, this is the problem with our politicians. You know, they've lied so much that telling the truth is an anathema to them. They've been lying so much that I think they would collapse in on themselves if they ever said a true statement. These people who are our politicians play this game, and they think that we're stupid. They're insulting our intelligence here. Can't believe it. There was one point where I might have had respect for Khanna back in the day. That's the L I got to carry. Stupid Democrats.
And that they're going to see Joe Biden in command of the stage on debate night, and that reality is now about to happen.
And just very quickly, I know you said recently that the president needs to work on winning back young voters. You have a progress report on that? How do you think that's going?
He's making progress.
He's making progress? Oh, to all the young people. So when that police crackdown was going on and all those protesters were arrested, yeah, that's going to get the votes. Khanna, with a keen-eyed eagle and brave lion heart like yourself, it's no wonder that the Democrats will win.
We're talking about abortion rights in the battleground states. That is something that resonates with young voters. He has called for a permanent ceasefire and given a compelling speech about how we're going to try to end the war. That is resonating with young voters. And we've got a team of surrogates who's out there, who's inspiring folks. I do believe young people will come out, and the president's going to win this election. He's going to have a good night, but no one night is going to be key. He's just got to run hard. We all have to run hard through the election day to make sure that he wins.
Suck my dick. Seriously, Ro. I mean, my goodness. These politicians, they live in their own reality. None of them are serious. And I'm willing to bet even Bernie and AOC would say something similar to this too. Why? Because they don't want to admit that they got behind an old dog that has no dog in him anymore. Biden is gone. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to end this on a humorous note because I want to. How do you feel about the Biden 2024 campaign? How do you feel about it?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
We live in a clown world, and our entire political system's a joke.